the very heart of the town square, a tall, magnificent clock tower reached for the sky. It wasn't just gears and springs inside. It was home to Ticko, a tiny clock spirit with a very important job. Ticko was the guardian of time, making sure every second ticked by just as it should, always moving forward. New Year's Eve was his busiest night of the year. He'd polish the gears, wind the springs, and prepare for the most important moment, the perfect strike of midnight that would welcome the new year. This year, however, something was different. As Ticko worked, he listened to the whispers and chatter from the square below. He heard a young couple holding hands, one of them sighing, "This has been the best year of my life. I wish it would never, ever end." But just a moment later, he heard an old man sitting alone on a bench, muttering to himself, "Oh, I can't wait for this dreadful year to be over. Bring on the next one." Ticko's tiny spirit head started to spin. How could people want two opposite things at once? Some wanted time to stop, to freeze a perfect moment forever. Others wanted it to speed up, to escape their sadness. He became deeply confused. What was the right thing to do? Maybe if he just stopped time, everyone could have what they wanted. The happy people could stay happy, and the sad people wouldn't have to face another second of their sorrow. It seemed like the perfect solution. So, as the final countdown began, 10, 9, 8, the energy in the square was electric. Everyone was watching the clock face, waiting. 7, 6, 5. Ticko's little heart pounded in his chest. 4, 3, 2. He took a deep breath, and then, at the very last second, just before the hands aligned at 12, he made a decision. With all his might, he grabbed the giant pendulum and held it still. 1, and then, silence. Everything froze. The entire town square became a living statue. Snowflakes, which had been dancing down from the sky, just hung in the air like tiny crystals. The sound of laughter from a group of friends was caught mid-air, a silent echo. A father tossing his giggling daughter into the air was frozen with her suspended above his outstretched hands. At first, Ticko felt a wave of pride. He did it. He had made everyone's wishes come true. He floated around the silent scene, admiring his work, but as he looked closer, a feeling of unease began to creep in. He saw a mother, her arms halfway around her child, unable to complete her warm hug. He saw a young boy, his mouth open, unable to finish saying the words "I'm sorry" to his friend. He saw an elderly woman, her eyes closed, a hopeful wish for the new year caught unspoken on her lips. All these beautiful, important moments were trapped, unfinished. Ticko realized his mistake. Time wasn't a problem to be solved or a force to be controlled. It was a gift. The value of a hug is that it ends, leaving you with a warm memory. The power of an apology is that it allows forgiveness to begin. The magic of a wish is the hope for what comes next. He understood now that every single moment, whether happy or sad, matters precisely because it leads to the next one. It's the forward motion, the journey, that gives life its meaning. With a newfound determination, Ticko flew back to the pendulum. He pushed with all his tiny strength, pouring all his energy into restarting the heart of the clock. With a great groan, the pendulum swung, the gears turned, the hands clicked into place. Bong! The first bell of midnight rang out, loud and clear, shattering the silence. Bong! Bong! The chimes echoed through the square, 12 perfect rings to welcome the new year. Instantly, the world burst back to life. The snowflakes finished their journey to the ground. The laughter erupted. The little girl landed safely in her father's arms. Cheers and shouts of Happy New Year filled the air as brilliant fireworks exploded in the night sky, painting it with dazzling colors. From his window high in the tower, Ticko watched the celebration below. He smiled, his little spirit heart full. He knew now that every new year isn't just an end, but a beautiful, hopeful chance to love, to learn, and to begin again. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories.